Guys, welcome to another video. You've got Mr. Everything English, and today let's talk about English Literature Paper 2.
Everything Education. Tuition for maths, English and science.
Now guys, English Literature Paper 2 is a big exam. It is 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's the biggest exam you're gonna sit in English. Now listen carefully, let's go over the timings. For the first 45 minutes of your exam, you do your modern text question. This is, for a lot of you guys, this is your inspector calls. You spend 5 minutes planning and you spend 40 minutes writing 4 paragraphs. That's your first part of your exam done, 45 minutes gone. Then you move on to your scene poetry. This is power and conflict, love and relationships, and so on. For this question, you also spend 45 minutes. You spend 5 or so minutes planning, and then you spend 40 minutes writing 3 comparative paragraphs. In each paragraph, you're comparing both poems. That's 1.5 hours of our exam done. 45 minutes for the modern text, 45 minutes for the scene poetry. That leaves us with 45 minutes left. The third question we do is our first unseen poetry question. This is worth 24 marks, and here the exam boards will give us a random poem and we must answer the question that they give. We spend 30 minutes on this question, we spend 5 minutes planning, and we spend 25 minutes writing 2 to 3 paragraphs, straight pretzel paragraphs. That is half an hour done. Then we move on to the final 15 minutes of our exam. Here guys, we are given another unseen poem, and now we must compare this unseen poem to the unseen poem that we just did in the previous question. For this question guys, you have 15 minutes. You spend 5 minutes planning and 10 minutes writing. 1 to 2 paragraphs. 1 paragraph is more than enough. And that is how you split your timings for the big 2 hours and 15 minute exam. Let's go over it one more time. The first 45 minutes goes for the modern text. This is stuff like an inspector calls. Then you have another 45 minutes, which is for the scene poetry, power and conflict and love. 45 at 45 is 1.5 hours. Then you move on to the third question, half an hour, unseen poetry, 3 paragraphs. That's 45, 30 minutes, that's 2 hours complete. Then we move on to the last 15 minutes where they give us another unseen poem, and we must compare this unseen poem to the poem that we spoke about in question number 3, and we do 1 paragraph, and that is how we spend our 2 hours and 15 minutes of our exam. Now guys, this exam is a big one and you're gonna have to work harder than you've ever worked before. So much harder guys. So many students don't make it to the unseen poems. They just don't. They do the first question, they do the second question, and they give up. This is your last English literature exam. You will never have to do an English literature exam ever in your life. So guys, I beg you, give it everything you got. Make sure you do the entire exam. Everyone's saying, right, how good the first paper was, how good the Shakespeare was, how good the Christmas Carol, how good the Jekyll and Hyde was. That's fine, but that is going to be added to this. And if you look at data, every single year, students mess up on their English literature because of the poetry, unseen poetry, unseen poetry. And a lot of the time, it's because they don't finish it. Guys, tomorrow in your exam, please try your best to smash every single question. Just don't give up. Don't get tired. Don't, even if you feel tired, don't allow it to stop yourself. Remind yourself, this is my last ever English literature exam, and give it everything you've got. You've done it already. For the modern text, it's pretzel paragraphs. For the unseen poetry, it's pretzel paragraphs. And for the 2 comparisons, it's the comparing in the same paragraph. Go watch my video if you haven't already. But guys, this video, I just wanted to speak about the timings and make sure you're ready for what's coming. Be resilient, be tough, and you got this. Now, Guys, last minute, if you are doing inspector calls, go watch the pre-planned inspector calls essay video because it will help you tomorrow. Because in the inspector calls question, you have no insert. So I've given you 4 paragraphs that I believe can fit pretty much every question that they can check at you. So use that for the first part. Then for the poetry part, watch the video where I go over every single thing about poetry in one video. I go over how to compare, how to answer the unseen poetry question, and how to compare the unseen poetry question. Go watch that, and then once you've watched both videos, go and do some writing practice ready for tomorrow. If you can, guys, try to squeeze it in. Try to fit in 1 full exam today. So put aside 2 hours and 15 minutes and do 1 full exam, just so you're ready for tomorrow. Alright guys, it's been Mr. Everything English.
Everything Education. Tuition for maths, English and science.